In 96, I hit the East Coast. Pay attention.
Come back to you.
You can't.
But what you mean? I can't.
It wouldn't be possible. It's not
When
possible.
you have the same thing between your legs I do.
No, I don't.
I don't care who you work for corporate
No, I
white
don't.
America.
Exactly.
$1 billion companies. You don't have the billions. Okay.
But I have plenty.
Okay, but you don't have
But I
billions.
have plenty.
You work for Apple. Oh! Why you hit me like that? Oh! Why you hit me like that? You see how she did this shit? Oh my God, I'm bleeding too. Why would you do that?
Shut the shit down.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Ashley Breeze, CEO of the Tea Time Network. I'm here with a special guest. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth the Queen from Instagram, the host of Juicy Shade. And we're going to have some real conversations here. So you just, ask your questions or however you want to form it.
Right, definitely. So as many people have seen online on the Tea Time Network Instagram, I had uploaded a clip because as trans women of color, I feel like when we have our own when we have our own issues, it should be amongst our community. You have a lot of these gay sites, cis sites. They profit off of our own stories. So
Absolutely.
I felt like
that's one of the main problems that I was exposed to in dealing with, because it's exploitation and it's defamation and it's also playing on a personality, because the behavior I observed, I'm no doctor, I'm no psychiatrist, but I'm just explaining my experience. And what I experienced in Cookie's situation is that being that she has somewhat of a desolate situation in some forms, I mean, she has a form of income if she applies it and uses it accordingly, but I noticed that she really follows the lead of her Instagram page, her Facebook page, her YouTube page, and she lets those people and their comments truly affect her soul, who she is. She does. I've not ever seen anything like it.
right.
That's how
It's like she's basically being fueled to give them what they want. And that's acting belligerent, acting wild, constantly attacking other trans women of color, because a lot of gay men, they do like that. They feed off of it. And that's one thing that I always saw. And it's like, she's, as a viewer, at one point, I did find her so interesting, so entertaining. But then when she started attacking T.S. Madison, Jaguar Evermore, women that I adore. So now you want to cause all this because they're on a bigger platform, because they know what to do with their platform. You want to attack them and then expect people to still follow you?
It's really crazy, because I initially, like I said, I was in a situation where I was in a situation with a previous relationship, and it was very, very stern. And, he had some issues with crystal meth, and it just was not something that I ever expected. And I was, alone. I had my own place. I'm very self-sufficient. But I came across Madison. I think one of my nieces introduced me. I was like, oh, wow, she's boisterous and bold. And she came to New York to a hosting, and I met her there. And then I ended up moving to Houston for my job from Flatbush. And I, met her a couple times there, whatever. So I was cool. And then I ended up moving to Atlanta in 2017. And I think maybe 2018 is when I started talking to Tookie. And I seen her story, and I was like, damn, I knew that she was very intelligent. I was able to sense that. So I was like, maybe she just needs a sense of direction. I have a lot of people that I have helped develop over the years who I have now seen blossom into just like they blossom into getting their degrees, or they've just moved forward in such fabulous ways, and they credit me with that. And I don't take any credit for that. I'm flattered, but I just like seeing them prosper. I'm not an angel. I'm not perfect. I'm not innocent. I'm not I'm not no saint by any means. But I believe in being productive. I believe in making sure you get what you need to get done. So Madison, like, she didn't want to be bothered with this. She blocked me or whatever, and I didn't go back and forth with her or whatever. And I feel like I did maybe entertain Cookie a little too much when it came to Madison, because I felt like Cookie was being picked on. I felt like she was always being picked on. In 2018, I didn't hear her doing and saying some of the things that have come to late 2019 and 2020. I really wasn't privy to all of it really until she got here with some of the things how she was doing, with the health reads and stuff like that. And I had conversations with her in reference to that because I let her know, that's not cool. I have lost, my gay father, recently, somebody that was very special to me. He was very young, younger than me. I have two of my gay fathers, actually, are gone. And, a plethora of other people. I'm like, girl, what's up with that? And you know what she told me? She said that, this is what she told me, she was inebriated. She told me that she knew a place where she could get a letter saying that she had HIV. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is that going to do for you? It's like, well, I can get benefits because I can't get anything, and they don't help the girls if they're not sick. Sometimes I just feel like going out there and getting it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you need to put forth the effort and get up off your ass. And that's how I talk. And
Right.
She thinks that I talk down, but I'm very stern with anybody. My family members, my friends. I keep it real. I have a standard. And that disturbed me. That really, really disturbed me. And that's when I started to notice this entitlement. And that really bugged me. But I tried to look over that and still put her in connection with one of my sisters who's a dear, dear sister of mine who I've seen go through similar situations, and now she runs a whole unit at Emory. She's in pre-med school. You see what I'm saying?
So how did she come? She came because she's been in jail numerous times in the past 2 years. So, and I don't believe that she had like a stable place that she was staying. So did you invite her to stay at your place in Atlanta?
She told me that she had a booking here for MLK and that she wanted to come early and that she was going to, do her thing and make her money or whatnot. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, she told me she had like $1,700, and I sent her like listings of apartments and stuff so that she could see around, what she wanted to do. She told me that she was able to monetize on YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So once she got here, soon as she got here, she went and, got her little Ciroc and was just like, it was just real rah-rah and wild. She met these strangers and people that she didn't know, and she ended up losing her driver's license, or if they took it, we don't know. And she just ended up outside of the hotel, and I seen that she was in the street. And me and a couple of my other girlfriends, we all watch her, and look after Cookie. Not look after her, but we all, look at Cookie's lives and stuff like that. And she was like, girl, we need to go get her. At least go meet up with her and see, what's going on. And so that's what I did. I went and picked her up, and we talked and stuff like that. And I let her come to the house, and I, let her, stay downstairs on the couch. And I wanted to, see what I could do in order to help her, push to the next level. Right. And at least, start the process of being independent. So I put her in contact with Chloe, took her physically over to Chloe, and, got that process started. It was towards the end of the year, so everybody was off work, so she, it was a process that she had to wait. I work from home. I work 10-hour days, 4 days a week, and then I'm off 3. So, she would be here at the time. My son was still here before he went back to, visit his son and stuff for the holidays. So she would be on the couch, and my sister is, downstairs, and I'm up on the top floor. And she, I was at work. I had went to the grocery store, and I had, bought a bunch of food and stuff and everything, and I had bought some wine. And she had asked me to open it, and I had a guy friend that had brought me some liquor or whatever, and I wasn't thinking because I wasn't. I just wasn't thinking. I didn't think about, I didn't know. I hadn't had the experience with her to know what drinking, what state of mind that put her in.
Right.
Because I just was not aware. Everybody's like, oh, you knew what you were taking on or what. I don't prejudge folks like that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna give you a chance, I'm gonna just give you a chance based off of what relationship me and you have. I find that in dealing with people that you meet or that you don't know, the best thing to do is to just have your own relationship, because how a person conducts himself with one person or with certain people may not be the same with you. Okay? That's just humanity, being a human being. And so she drank the whole bottle. It was a big And so I got off work at like 11:30. I signed out, and I was kind of like, tired because I use my brain a lot while I'm at work. So I was kind of like, tired. Just, I was looking at my phone, and I'm looking at Cookie. I forgot Cookie was downstairs, girl. And I said, oh, shit, that's my bathroom. What the hell is going on? So I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm a neat freak. I keep my house very clean, especially my bathroom. And so I go
like a queen should. They don't understand. People just use that word loosely. Like, there's a certain way we have to live. And there are people who are not, especially, and it's unfortunate, but especially for so many of our sisters that are not used to having their own, they don't know how to respect a space. And that happens a lot,
Yes.
especially when they're moving from, shelter to shelter or whatever. It's like there's a certain way that you want to live, and you want people to respect it.
Exactly. And she, so I'm going there, I'm like, okay, you done lost your mind. She's on the live, it was just ridiculous. And so I just cut the light off. I'm like, okay, let me just cut the light off. I'm like, come on up out of here. Give me that bottle of wine. Did you buy that? You gonna drink the whole thing? Did you buy it? And I'm kind of shooed her outside, and I shut the door. And I did lock it because she needed to cool off. You know how you have a drunk uncle that's just out of pocket?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and she's in your house, and you have family members, and you have a pregnant sister.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be exposed to something like someone acting out like that.
And the thing about it is, they know me. They look at me a certain way. I have always maintained myself a certain way. My grandmother and my mothers, my aunts, they showed me how to be a lady. You know what I mean? Inadvertently and, on purpose. At the point they knew that that's what it was. You know what I mean? And they had never been exposed to anything of that nature. And so, I'm trying to calm her down or whatever. And then, she's I think she personally on that particular night, I think something else was going on in that bathroom that I just didn't see. Because people keep asking me, like, do you be watching her on your lives when you're at work? I'm like, no, I work on 2 damn computers. No. Sometimes I'll catch her on a break or something, but no, I don't. She's downstairs. I kind of felt like secure, like, okay, well, she's downstairs. She's all right. She's good. I know, you know what I mean? So once I left out, I just, left her out there for a minute because I'm thinking that this would cool her off. Well, baby girl, let me tell you something. Mama is like a one that never died. Okay? I came back. I said, okay, well, let's take a shower. I'm thinking maybe a shower would just like, bring her back and she would want to lay down. And this is something that I can't stand in our community. And I went through this with my mother. My mother was social Valentino, and she went through some things. And it seems to me, I don't know what it is. I can't really relate to it because I don't have those type of gay male friends. But they love to bring the girls into if you know somebody has a situation, why are you trying to take them into an entity and get to where they shouldn't be? If you know a person got issues going on and they don't need to be high, they don't need to be drunk, what the fuck is you, excuse my language, what are you trying to take them into that for? She had a fan or something that came and got her, took her out, girl, left her. And see, I'm not, this is just my side. This is what happened that people don't know. Mm-hmm. So she left out with that guy. After I got out the shower, she put on the same dress. It was, girl, y'all seen the dress. I'm not going to, go there. I'm not here to try to down her, even though she tried to. So
people said that she was wearing all your clothes and all your units. Is that true?
she had some of her own clothes, but I had a box of clothes that I had that I was going to give away, and I gave them to her. You know what I'm saying? She had clothes or whatever, but I gave her some shit, too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Did you take any of the clothes and hair back?
Hell no. For what? Now, the blonde wig, that's the custom Indian hair wig. That was, no, she wasn't keeping that. That was for her to wear on the show because she refused. She had this entitlement that she think, you know, she's like, oh, I don't pay for hair. I don't pay for makeup. I'm like, well, baby, you in Atlanta, baby girl. You not, if they're not going to just do that for you for free. You're going to have to do something to, you know what I'm saying, set that up. I sent her to one of my friends, and she didn't want to pay her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to end up paying that bill because that's my friend of 13 years. You know what I mean? So she went out that night, and she just was missing and gone. And I just let her go because she came. She was reading and talking all kind of shit, making accusations and just saying all kinds of things, being real disrespectful with health reasons. I'm like, girl, don't none of that apply to me. So I really didn't take it offensively, but I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? For real? Like, what are you? And what happens is, what I have noticed with Cookie, she tries to figure out a way to get leverage. And she likes to be very, she reads. Just period point blank, she reads and talks shit. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So when she left, I went got in my bed and lay down. Because, like I said, on the weekends, I work Saturday and Sunday from 12:30 to 11:30, honey. So that's what it is. So, I think, was it that Sunday night or I think it was either Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure which day it was. One of my homeboys, we were out kicking it or whatever because he was off work, so we went and had some drinks and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, I need to find this girl. So let me go to the area about where she was because when I went and initially picked her up, she always knows how to find the area where all the people doing the whatever they be doing it. You know what I mean? The drugs or whatever. I don't know, whatever the fuck they be doing down there. So I knew about an area that she was familiar with, so I kind of like, you know, we rode around that area, and I just happened to ride up on her. Now, when she left my house, she had her pocketbook, she had her coat, she had her phone. Girl, I found her on Piedmont Road. There's two gas stations that are across the street from each other. The security guard was in the parking lot, and I don't know if she was going to draw down on her, but she was talking shit, and I hung up. I just pulled up. I was like, get your ass in the car. And, you know, she's like, oh, my sister. I'm like, girl, where's your purse? Where's your coat? What the fuck? I was like, well, I'm like, whoa. So I brought her home. I was like, girl, you know, pull it together. She's still high. She's still, you know, being all over the place. Just all over the place. It took forever to get her settled down. And the next morning, it was like nothing happened. And I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, I didn't take it there at that point. But I still noticed all of this entitlement type of behavior that was just, for me, unacceptable. Because just like with anybody else, because you can't be entitled if you're not proper. You got to be up to par. I believe in the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance, okay? And that's something that I apply.
Right.
And,
you know, what's the thing about, it's like you would expect someone to be humble coming in from the streets into a beautiful home and having access to internet, showers, meals, wigs, makeup. Like, you were doing so much for her. It
was not, she would say it, but her behavior would show something else. And I also understood, though, that she had a long way to go. So I really gave her a lot of leverage. I was very patient. I'm not a very patient person. I don't really play games. I'm not real tolerant of foolishness, and that's just not who I am. So a lot of people were shocked. They were like, I can't believe you. Really? You? Wow. And I just wanted to do that for her. I wanted to make sure she got keys to a place. I wanted to do that. That just was important to me because I felt like that would push her and elevate her into a place of at least safety, of at least, and help her to be able to get settled. So then, you know, me and my sister, we have been working on, you know, putting some shows together, cooking shows for me, different things. And we've bought our equipment and things like that. So we have been working on it, and she had been working on her own blogging page for like 2.5 years, Juicy Shade. And she was like, well, girl, Cookie has a following, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you bring her over and y'all host together? I was like, okay. I didn't really want to do it by myself. I wasn't that I wasn't confident. I just wasn't, I wanted to get myself in a certain position. I believe in being really polished, okay? So I want to have everything a certain way.
I think you look great. Every time I saw you together, I was like, wow. Like the both of you were both bringing, two different looks, but it looked like there was potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
On your end, she didn't really know, she's someone who's coming from, she was locked up for so long and then she doesn't really know much about pop culture, but she tried. She definitely tried.
Exactly. Exactly. And, and she is entertaining, and, that's when I first learned, she was quite demanding. So, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this for you, come on. I went and I spent my money and, got her everything that she needed, paid for the makeup, paid, what I'm saying, got my friends to, do her makeup and bought her outfit, made sure she, had the shoes and everything, got somebody to lay her wig down, did all of that, and everything. But she had this position, which I think all of us girls can have, because I can have my own. I think we all have some diva in us. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. But it wasn't so much to where I was like, okay, whatever, come on, we got to be on time, we got to get, things of that nature. So then, once again, as soon as the show was over, here she ran off, not following, because I gave her certain guidelines. And I gave her a timeline. One thing that people have been saying that pisses me off is like, well, you knew what you were taking on when you took her in. First of all, I wasn't taking on a motherfucking thing. Because I sat her down and I gave her guidelines of the rules of my house, because this is my set. I gave her a timeline and what my expectations were. She's very intelligent. So my expectations were very high for her. She's nobody's fool. By no means of the nature. It's a game that she plays, that she enjoys. She enjoys that life. And that's just the truth of the matter. So, it had come to a point to where, she wanted to use the, because my son was gone. So she's like, well, can I sleep up there, please? And that was a mistake in itself, because my space, I have to have my space. I'm a queen, honey, and I really don't, I'm on the top floor and everybody else is, below or whatever. Or, my son has his room up there, but he don't bother me. That's my kid. He ain't, what I'm saying? He don't get in my way. And it just, I had to really stay on top of her about, you're going to keep, you're going to clean this room. You're going to have all that closet's going to be neat. You're going to wash these clothes. You're going to keep this bathroom clean. Those are things, no, you're going to do this, because I don't live like that. And it wasn't, I was making her clean my house. I was making her clean up after herself. And it just, the second week, it was like, okay, the same type of, I had to deal, with a lot. I made her, but I started pulling back because I didn't feel like my money was being appreciated. And I'm not going to just waste my money, especially when she felt so entitled, like she shouldn't have to, like, she's this star that she's not. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to take from, her platform or anything like that. But, girl, I know the best of the best. And if they have someone do their hair, or if they have to have someone do their makeup, they work it out and make sure that they, compensate them accordingly. And, if you feel like you can get this from this person to that person, hit them up and arrange that. I can do my own hair and makeup. Right. I'm a glam girl. I don't need nobody to do my hair. My hairstyles have been my hairstyles for 12 years.
So she was bragging about all her connections and this and that, but yet still at your house, utilizing your resources.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So then we
and then alluding to the fact that she didn't need you.
Exactly. And see, and then this is where it got real greasy. So last week, I went out and I got my, I had my hairstylist set my hair or whatever, wash it, tighten my sew-in up and stuff like that. And this was after she had, she came back. When she came back to the house, which I believe was karma, because God don't play with me. He loves me. And he knows how. And I just think karma is karma. That's why she didn't have her phone. She came back without her phone, her cards. It was just ridiculous. So I had dropped her off and I had left out to go get my hair done. And my sister was like, she was talking to some, like, you know, kind of suspect-ass guy or whatever, and she brought him in the house. And she turned away. Now, the girls have to do what they have to do. We've all been in situations, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not above anything. But what you do is respect somebody's home. And if you don't have my permission, you don't do that. And then you have my sister here. You need to be respectful of that. And it was not a good look. My sister was very offended. She was like, she's ratchet. She is not like you. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I still stuck with her. Then my sister came across that video in the bathroom. So my sister hadn't saw it. She saw the video, and she sent it to my mother.
Oh, wow.
And, girl, that's when the shit.
And what was she doing in the video?
That's the video where she was in my bathroom, when she had destroyed my bathroom, and she was talking all kind of cash shit. I haven't watched it still to this day because I just don't. I just don't have a desire to watch that. I shut it down. I have an idea. You know what I mean? Just enough from her behavior. I could only imagine. So, you know, my sister was real, basically grossed out and just disgusted with the whole situation, the way she handled it. She didn't handle it like any type of, you know, just with no truth. And she told my sister, well, I needed to get me a phone or whatnot. And so I got back or whatever, you know, and I was slightly agitated about that because I'm like, girl, you know, you ask permission, or, you know what I'm saying, if you need to do that, maybe you need to get a room, maybe I can help you go half on that or something like that, but you need to ask my permission. This is my house, and I don't operate that way. I don't operate that way. The way I do things is different. I do things with order. And so that was, you know, that was like really like just a lot. So in dealing with her, you know, the following week, the same thing. She goes out, she disappears, gone. But I didn't go looking for her. She came back, and she was, you know, she came back with the right state of mind. She didn't come back full. You know what I'm saying? She I was like, okay, well, I can accept that. You know what I'm saying? You're doing this. As long as you come in here and you have some respect, that's fine. You're a grown woman. As long as whatever you do in the streets, that's your business. And then it was just crazy because this week, once again, I'm telling her, girl, you know, she went to the bank to deal with, you know, with whatever. She didn't have her ID, so she was having issues with getting, you know, her ID. Getting her money out of her account or whatever, and she was dealing with that. I let her deal with that. She got, you know, some money. I was watching the live because I was off, and I was getting my nails done. I told her, I said, you know, girl, stop, get your nails done. Lady said she'd do your nails for $25. That's a good deal. They'll do your nails good around that area. I know that area where she was at, down there in Five Springs. And so then she, you know, I bought her outfit, you know, to wear, you know, got the wig, you know, put her together or whatnot. We were running, you know, a little late or whatever, but, you know, it was me, the producer, and one of our friends or whatever. So we went out, had tacos or whatever. My brother came and started unpacking my house for me, putting my stuff up because I have a, you know, he always does that for me, so I have to wait for him to do it because I know he's going to do it and not break nothing. So, you know, and the whole time I had stopped her as well. I didn't want her on her Instagram live in my house because the type of following that she had, they just were so disrespectful and demonic, and I just didn't see the purpose of even entertaining that type of energy. YouTube, I noticed how she makes her money, so I'm like, go at it full force. Make your money so that you can use that money to move into.
Now, let me ask, have you ever seen the credentials for her YouTube? Like how much she makes?
Mm-mm. No,
Okay.
I never asked. She told me. She came and told me, she came and told me, she was like, girl, thank you. I've been able to do my YouTube. She was like, she made like $1,000 or something like that. But I never seen, that wasn't my business. I just wanted to, that's her business, handling
Now,
your business.
has any of that money gone to you?
No.
Wow.
I don't need no money from her.
Right, but I'm saying like as a gesture for like a thank you, like, oh, okay, you're taking me in, you're providing all these things. So she's never like paid her way for anything?
I won't say no. I won't say that. No, she'll buy. She'll go do her thing. Buy her own little weed or whatever. What I'm saying. I mean, I would when I take her out. What I'm saying. When I would take her out to restaurants and stuff like that, I would pay for it because she didn't have a lot of money like that or whatever. This is what she did. This is keeping it real. She spent her money up on dope, girl, and I let that slide until she told me she got her money she'd get her money on the 21st and she'd get her other money on the 1st. And so I was like, okay, you need to make sure that you're saving that so that you can put yourself in position to go ahead and get into your place. Because this is not, once again, there's a timeline for this right here. I can make this happen very fast if you work with me. She was refusing to work with me. I sent her out while I was working one day. I was like, all around here, there are places that you can move into. They'll be pretty lenient over here, and they'll be affordable. Go out there and get some applications, bring them back to me. I'll help you, get them filled out, put the information that needs to be on there. She disappeared. Didn't come back for a whole 2 days. I'm like, okay, now this bitch is trying me now at this point. That's how I'm looking at it. Now bitch, you're trying. That's how I'm looking at it. At the same time, I had made a commitment, and I had allowed her to be the host with me, in a sense, headlining in a sense, because she had a bigger following than I did, so I didn't mind. But it was something a platform that I thought that would excite her. And that was the problem. I could not get her the format. I could not get her to work with me on the format because the show, we had a certain vision for the show. And she wanted to wing everything. She just refused to. Oh, I don't have to do that. The internet never shuts down. They're going to always come up for me. I'm like, okay, girl.
You saw potential in her. You tried to take her in. Now let's get to the last night of when things just hit the fan.
So last night, we were, running a little bit late, but we weren't bothered by that. We already knew, what it was going to be. So we're, getting ready and stuff like that. And once again, she's, kind of bitching about, her makeup and stuff like that. Well, girl, you got to put forth the effort. I have too many bills to be I'm not going to do that for you. You're not appreciative. I'm not going in my purse no more. I closed that door on her.
So you had enough.
She wasn't respectful. So, girl, pull it together. You got money. You was out all goddamn day. Why you didn't get a motherfucking wig to put on your head? You want to come in here and try to, no, girl, this is ridiculous now. Come on. I bought you the outfit. I made sure you had something nice to wear. And so we get to the set or whatnot. And I can be honest. I have to be honest. I was agitated by that point with her. I was very agitated with her because she just was not being appreciative enough. She wasn't. There was no humility there. Not humility where she needed to be humble or kiss my ass. Just a basic. Let's vibe, girl. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this work done. A team effort. You know what I mean? In the sense of let's do this. You know what I mean? Sometimes I could get that, and sometimes I couldn't. So when we get to the show or whatever, and we're doing the show, I'm agitated because I'm like, I asked her to create her own list, to create her, own topic so that we could, run the hour smoothly. I like to, you're a Libra, so you know what I mean. I don't want to be all over the place. I don't want to be sloppy. I cannot do everything. I got to help you with your makeup. I got to help you get ready. I got to get myself ready. I have a job. I have other business endeavors that I'm involved in. It's a lot. Okay, just because, so then we get to the show, and towards the end, I just pissed because we were still doing the same. I had gotten a lot of critiques, and I took those critiques to heart because this was new. So I wanted to make sure that I had filled in those holes and filled in those blanks of shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure that I at least showed that improvement. I even made an announcement at the beginning of the show letting them know that I had taken their critiques and I was incorporating it to, provide, a smooth running show. And I was pissed. I'm like, girl, we cannot continue to do this. This last night was the first official episode. The first two were test runs to just get a vibe and get a feeling or whatnot. So I went out of my way. I bought her a very nice cat suit. It was not, it wasn't expensive, but it was not cheap either. Plus getting my stuff together. And I have my own swag in the way I put my own stuff together. So adding her to that, you know what I'm saying? That's being very generous in my opinion. And she, so then we get onto the live or whatever. And she, I'm explaining to her when I'm speaking to her. I'm like, I'm letting her know what my issues are, what my qualms are, what my issues are, and she's just being all grand diva like she. I'm like, girl, stop playing in my face. Use her own word on her. Stop playing with me. Like, be respectful. Like, be appreciative. Don't just bullshit and play with me. Like, she's like, everything is fine. It's doing good. It's not. If you feel that way, that's fine. But we need to be in an agreement with this stuff. I can never get her to sit down with these things, and she does not have a mental incapacity. Once again, this woman has a very high IQ. She's very intelligent. And so by this time, the bickering back and forth, and I'm agitated. Like, it may have even came off of, I'm agitated. You know, I'm like, I'm not going to keep dealing with this. I'm paying for stuff on the set. We're buying. This a lot of money have been spent.
Right.
So let's not, you know what I'm saying, let's respect this. My girlfriend is the producer, you know what I'm saying. She has already set Juicy straight up. She's paid for most of the equipment. I'm paying for staging. And, you know, we want it to be nice, not just no plain old anything. No, we want it to be really nice. You know what I mean? And we put forth our money and did that. So then we get to the after show, and she just starts coming for me, girl.
So, like, reading the negative comments and trying to, like, it sort of seemed like provoking you, like, oh, they're saying that you're a brick.
This is
repeating negative things.
This is, well, you know what, she may have been repeating it. I thought she was saying it. And that's why I thought she was saying it. That's why I was getting attitude. Because, see, on the way there, I was talking to my brother, and he's another person who I have been really intricate in his life. And he was like, you know, just be cool about the situation, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how you are. You will tap on a bitch. And I'm like, you know, and she's listening, and I think she's smart enough. She took that in, and she saw a sensational moment. And this is how I feel about the situation. And when we got to that after show, she implemented that, and she provoked me. Bitch called ugly. Bitch, ain't nothing ugly in my bloodline, sweetie pie. Period. And now I don't get into that competitive stuff with no bitch, female, trans, nobody. I don't just listen. If you a Libra, you understand that we don't really see nobody but ourselves. If you want to be honest about the situation,
right? We're competing with ourselves, not like.
Period.
But she has a history of that, like always talking about Cherry, always talking about Jaguar. It's like in her mind, she's obsessed with these people who have gotten further than her, but she should only be upset with herself that she has a lot of failed opportunities. Lee Daniels, that connection is gone, honey. That is gone.
Girl.
She's on to the next best thing. And it's a sad reality. And I think that she cannot grasp that she's lost her moment and she's holding, and she's upset, and she has every right to be upset, but be upset with yourself.
And correct it, and correct the behavior.
All them celebrities that were following you, that was at a point where you were in your prime. Right now, you're still rebuilding. So why not rebuild and show love and not attack all these other women that are loved? You know, people love Cherry. People love Madison. People love Jaguar. And we got people that are, we got 6 people that hate us, but we're showing people that we hate each other.
Yes, and I took her side when it came to Madison, and I was probably like, girl, I even say to something like, girl, what is it? You just continue to, you know, and I also saw.
She kept saying her government name, like obsessive behavior towards her.
I'm like, girl, you know, and then because of her, you know, people from Madison's crew were, you know, my phone number, because I have music out, so I have an artist page on Instagram, so people are texting my phone, Natty my bitch, and calling my phone. I'm like, okay, y'all, okay. So I let it be known, you know, I got slightly irritated because I've never really, like, directly, like, been disrespectful to Madison or called her out of her name, or, you know, I don't really, you know, I try to veer her away from that, but it's impossible.
Right, it's like she couldn't help it. I think she gets excited knowing that people react to it. Because she started, like, every time she says her name, she laughs and giggles inside. And it's like, girl, like, come on. Like.
Exactly. And so she just all this ugly and brick, and she's soft and all this, and I'm like, okay. And that really was not affecting me. You know what I mean? I was still speaking to her. I'm letting her know, like, no, I'm looking for productivity. I'm looking for, like, you know, you got to, you know, I got a certain standard that I'm expecting, and I'm not playing with you. You know, and she wants to talk, oh, you want to humiliate me, you want to talk down to me. Girl, no, that's just how I talk. I do have a very stern way in speaking. Everyone says that. My ex-boyfriends, my sister, my mother. I know that about me, but I haven't changed it because that's the way I make sure that I stay in control of shit. Okay?
Right. That's how queens are. I mean, queens. That's what a queen does. Like, queens ain't supposed to be talking polite. They talk with, you know, it has to be a certain tone for people to understand that a boss is speaking.
Yes. Period. Yes, absolutely. And she just continued with the ugly comments and all of that. And I'm like, like I said, that wasn't really phasing me. When she continued to try and come for me and, oh, you're broke, and I'm like, bitch, what? Who are you talking to? Like, really?
Right, she's calling you broke, wearing your clothes.
Girl, and I'm like, okay, I was feeding into it more than I should have, but see, she had plucked my nerve. She knew she knew what she was doing. She continued to push, because she had heard my brother say, don't, you know what I'm saying, don't flip on her, don't, you know what I'm saying, don't, you know what I'm saying, snap on her, because I know how you are. Keep your patience, you know what I'm saying, build the platform and do what y'all need to do, because it's something that's different, it's really nice. A lot of people had a lot of good things to say, so that's why I did my very best to stick with it. And then she took it too far, and she mentioned my employer, and it was a reflex.
Right, because that was something that you didn't want to be publicly known.
My company don't allow that.
Right, and then plus on social media these days, you have people that are malicious that will call employers and make up things, say someone's violent. You know, people, that's what people do. There's a lot of people on social media that they like to tear people down at any cause. And
Exactly.
Because so at that moment you were protecting your bread.
Exactly. You have a lot of miserable unachievers who just are keyboard clickers. Keyboard clicking, hating assholes. That's what I call them. And I don't put that out there. I keep that very private. And we had this conversation prior. So she knows. You know what I'm saying? I was very specific about that. And, you know, I let her know. And it just was a reflex. I hate that it happened. I did not mean it. I didn't even know that she had just took me all the way back to being 22 years old, girl. That girl that was just real, she just took me there. And when she did that, that's affecting my income. That's going to affect my family. Now you're playing with my livelihood. When you know I have already warned you. She knew, she was looking for that. She was looking for that trigger, and she got it. And she sat there. She sat there. She didn't buck. She sat there, and she played the victim.
Right.
And I'm not right. That was not right for me to do that. It was not my intention. I didn't pre-plan that. Earlier that morning, I was quite agitated with her, and I did kind of get like, girl, you're getting on my nerves, because my mother's calling me at 9 o'clock in the morning. She wants me to handle something for her financially, and then, did you look at the video? No, I'm just agitated. And then she's up here on the floor with me like, you know what I'm saying, waking me up. My mother's waking me up out of my sleep, asking me about this fucking video, and then, you know, she's right here. I'm like, girl, you. And so, that's what happened, you know, and I just snapped. I just lost my shit. I'm like, I'm sick of you and your shit. I am sick of you and your shit. And I went off. I said a lot of shit that I didn't mean. But girl, you listen, you live in Brooklyn. She brought that Brooklyn bitch out. That's what she did. Bitch,
right.
I was snuffing. Stop fucking playing with me. Like, real talk. Don't just back. Because I've had enough. Like, I don't understand what else is supposed to go on. And bitch, how are you sitting next to me in my face talking shit to me like that, bitch? Sitting next to me on my set, on my shit. How's that possible?
Right.
Are you kidding me right now? Like, really? And it just, girl, you know, thank God for my sister. She really, you know, advocated, and she was like, y'all need to get this together and fix it. And, you know, I apologize because I owed her that, and I owed the people that, because I was embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed by it, because I'm not one to lose control in that form. I keep a very controlled environment. I do not let people really get my goat. but that was intentional on her part, especially after I thought about it, because she just kept pushing. She know I'm not going to tolerate that. She know very well, who are you playing with? And what validation are you needing? And like you said, and you're peeping it out. I mean, she probably was reading from the comments on her end or whatever from last week from them, saying something about my favorite. Everybody knows I love Kim. Look, Kim, honey, that's my boo. Don't play with me at all. You ain't going to disrespect her on my time. Period.
Oh, so she was making comments about Lil' Kim?
The prior week she had, said something, and I had just like went all the way off. And
oh
so
boy,
this week,
that's like when someone disrespects Beyonce, the Beehive goes crazy. So what did you say about Lil' Kim?
No, it was one of her. I think the producer, she had just suggested topics because Cookie didn't have any. She just didn't put anything together. So she had asked about her. She's like, I think she bought a house here or whatever. She's like, yeah, like $1 million. She bought $1 million home. I thought she paid cash for it. You heard or whatever. And one of the people on her, does she have $1 million? I'm like, hold up, fuck boy. Don't watch your mouth. That's the queen. Don't even go there. And I shut that shit down, all the way down. Don't play with me like that. And so this week I was not even. I knew not to even interact with her people or her, so that's why I did not realize until you just said just now. It may have been the comments on her phones. I wasn't paying attention to her phones. You see what I'm saying? So I felt like she was coming at me. She tried to say, oh, I was just playing a role, bitch. That's not how you play a role. Don't play with me like that. I don't play like that. I'm a very serious person as a Libra. Once again, Libras, we're serious. We don't really do we don't play like that.
Right.
And it's just, girl, so I got on there. I apologized. I owned it. We took some calls. I let the people, her little fans or whatever talk shit. I cussed some of them out, talk shit or whatever. And then you have these people, going back to what you said in the very beginning of our phone conversation, you have these people like Scat and these people who have whole pages that are dedicated to tearing her down, that are just so disrespectful. The one, he even had a damn monetized YouTube. And I had asked, I was like, girl, did he ever send you any money when you were locked up or anything like that? So I know, being that I'm in IT, I made the right connections and did what needed to be done and had the YouTube taken down, had the Instagram taken down. Because you can't, I'm like, no. And I knew that it was affecting her. I'm trying to help her,
Right.
And it's just crazy to me that she chose to go that route, but she needed a moment. She needed a moment. And I'm going to tell you what she did today. I still let her come home and sleep upstairs in my son's room last night. I was exhausted. I woke up this morning. She was already gone. And then they were like, well, girl, she's playing like she's going to the airport. That's why I know that it was all a gimmick. And it's conniving and it's trifling. Fuck, she didn't even have an ID to go to the airport. I did tell her that if she wanted to get on a plane, then she could get a police report from the police department and use that to fly. But she didn't have enough money to get no ticket. So what did she do?
Wow.
That was all shenanigans. And then
So she didn't even. So she's just in the streets right now.
Yeah, she's supposed to be coming to get, she said she's going to Philly to get her ID or whatever. She was like, she's coming back down. And I told her, I said, well, you make sure you have your money together ready, to get your apartment, or at least follow up with Chloe, because they actually have contacted her and sent her application to get her a place. They have housing available, and she's just not following up with it.
Wow.
I put her.
She can't be upset with you're basically giving her all these contacts and opportunities, and she's not utilizing them. I think that wow, it's crazy, And I think people are attacking you because they felt like, oh, you shouldn't have taken it there. But
yeah, they're talking about you knew I knew what I was getting myself into. Honestly, I knew this is what I signed up for. I listen, they can kiss my ass. I didn't sign up for shit. Because when you come in here, it's not your way, it's my way and my castle. Understand?
right.
I'm not signing up for anything. You signing up for something when you come through somebody else's threshold. And if
That
people look at it,
that's true.
period.
People don't see that. So what are some
very,
of your in Queen Elizabeth's home? What are your rules? Like that she was just like disrespecting. Like what are all your rules? Like when you, like how do you run your ship?
I run my ship. It's gonna be clean, and you're gonna get up and you're gonna be productive. And I have a many nieces and nephews that have stayed with me that know I do not play. Some of them call it like Fort Knox because you have to go hard on the bitch when you have to go hard on the bitch when they need to get their shit together. They need to understand. Now, also when I see that you are lacking the skills, the domestic skills, I'm gonna make sure I teach them to your ass because you're gonna use them while you're here, and you need to use them when you get into your place. You understand? And my main thing was more. She got to a point, where I just have to stay on her, and she would get up and she would be cleaning up, and she kind of had got that down pat. I stopped having a problem so much with that. I'm nitpick. I have to still go behind her, but at least she was, doing such. She was keeping that closet with her clothes clean and neat, and she was doing that. I can say that she had begun to do that. It was more of my bedroom and stuff like that. That's my space. Like, let me have my space. Just let me have my space. Like, I don't need you all up in here. Just, let me have my space. It was more so her behavior outside. Like when it was the ungratefulness, the attitude of, oh girl, I'm cookie, bitch. Girl, don't. What does that mean?
Right.
I'm not, like I said, once again, not downing her platform or anything like that, but girl, put some validity behind that. What happened to the booking that you were supposed to have? You have come down you have come down here and ran amok and made and carried on. I tried with different people that I know to do things. And like, girl, I don't know. That's just like with the whole Shekinah situation. I know Shekinah. I done known that girl for a long time, and it was presented to me like, they played her. So I gave her a little bump. I took her to where, her shop was like, you do your little skit, you sit on a shot and come on, you get you some views, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything that was offensive or, hurtful or harmful or you know what I'm saying? And get you some views. That's going to get you some money. You know what I mean? I didn't even tell her where I was taking her. When I pulled up, I told her, and she made a little video. We played her song and laughed. She got 4,000 or 5,000 views off of that. That's going to get her some money. That's my thing, to make sure that she's generating money. The main rule in my house is you get your ass up and you make sure you put in effort to be productive. I don't care how you get to your money, but you make sure you do it within the guidelines of respecting my home and gaining my permissions. And you get out there and you do what you need to do. She didn't have to do it. I let her do her YouTubing all through the house. That's her money. So she had somewhere to comfortably do that without a problem. You understand? So that's like she said. She said she made like $1,000 this month off of her YouTube because she had somewhere to stably be and, do that or whatnot. Right. And then, of course, she goes out in the streets and does it too. So, stay on the clock. That's your clock in, babe. But it just was the ungratefulness, and that really disturbed me. The ungratefulness, the entitlement attitude. I just did not get that. And once again, I am a stern lady. I am very I'm not gonna say funny acting, but I just this is my space. Like, just let me have my space. As Libras, we like our space. We can't crowd.
Right. Mhm. Oh, wow. Yeah. So let me ask you, Elizabeth, because this is going over an hour. I wanted to just be
I'm sorry.
No. I'm glad that you got everything out. But where do you stand now with Samantha James?
At this point, Samantha, I have added a mediator to the show. I'm going to bring in different mediators, and I'm talk to a lot of girls because I want to keep, being that the audience is interested in seeing multiple trans girls on a platform together, I'm going to maintain it that way. I have no problem with even allowing her to continue if she's going to have herself together. But she's going to have herself together. She'll have to come to set ready and prepared. Nobody is going to be doing all this extra stuff for her that she's unappreciative for. It costs us money to run that show. It's not free. It's just not. It costs money to do this.
Right, makeup artists. You have all these people coming in to do makeup.
That's my
costly.
thing. She don't want to pay. I'm like, girl, even if you talk to somebody, I had a friend. I was like, all you have to do is give him $50. And this is a major. He's a personality within himself, and he's very good at what he does. The guy that did her makeup the first time. She don't. Oh, I gotta pay him. I don't want to. Okay, well, girl, go do your makeup. Because I'm not gonna pay for it for you with that attitude. You're not saying, okay, well, girl, I'll give you $25 of it, or can you do? You feel like you don't have to pay. Bitch, get out of here with that. I don't know what that is. I don't rock like that. You know, and that was the main issue. So if she is willing to actually come to work, be prepared, follow the format, read the email, understand what we're going to be doing, and follow that protocol, which she has not been able to do in 3 episodes, according to what I wanted and what the producer wanted. I'm not going to say that we were unsatisfied, but we want structure. We have a certain way. We have a lot of things that we want to add to the show, certain things, flag of the day, certain things we want to add that we're not able to include because she's not participating accordingly. I will never shun her, but she's not welcome to be in my home. No.
Oh, wow. So you don't think you're not going to take her back again?
Oh, no. I personally thought that giving her a platform that she desired would help her to be in a better place to be able to want to do other things, get right with her. I don't think she from what I have observed, I'm not going to sit here and lie, she does not smoke crack. I have not seen any indication of that. Drinking can take her through there, but she does not do it. From what I have seen, no, I have not observed that. What she does when she's away from here, and I don't know, that's not my business. You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
But I don't believe so. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know she likes to do her lips, she likes to party, let me smoke her weed, and drinking.
Right. People were like accusing, like, people were just saying, oh, Cookie and Elizabeth for doing Tina. Like, I kept seeing, like, these negative comments. Oh, they're doing bumps. It's like, people are really demonic. Like, putting that out there.
Oh. Wow. I hadn't heard that one. I'm sorry. You got me on guard.
No, I'm just saying, when one person sees a negative comment, they're like, oh, let me top that. And then they start trying to outdo each other with the, all these scenarios of, ooh, I think they're doing this, I think they're doing that.
Yeah, and I had got her even to the point, I said, listen, when you go do what you do, stop going live. She did listen to me with a lot of things. But like I said, for me, the main thing was that entitlement and that ungratefulness. That just stung me. I have been in situations where I've had to live with people in my life. I've been down before. Everybody, you can go up and you can go down. But I'm never disrespecting nobody's home. I always put myself together and got my shit together and was thankful and grateful. Bought groceries, paid bills. That's what comes
right. But if you're staying with someone, at least say, hey, sis, here's this. Like, you have to show. You can't walk into someone else's.
Now, see, this is what she tried to do. She wanted to because she didn't want the responsibility. I don't know if she wants the responsibility of her own place. She wanted to rent my room. I was like, that's my son's room, girl. I'm not going to rent the room out to you. And if I did do that, that's just not. I'll have to see. I'm not going to commit to that to you. Everything, you have to be very careful with her because everything's very split. And that was not something that I was interested in. No, you can get your own place. That's
right. But there's some people that they need to like have that, like, what's it called? Like, they need to have supervision. Like, they need to be in a setup where they have someone to check on them.
Yeah, they're kind of codependent. Yeah, and that's why I was telling her, a place, that was near me, so at least I could, go by and check on her. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But she wasn't interested. She wasn't putting forth the effort that was needed for that. And
to have her own.
The resource was right there.
So, Elizabeth, I want to thank you so much for telling your side.
You're welcome.
And I want
you calling.
What is the biggest misconception of you for the viewers, for people that don't really know you, and they're seeing this video for the first time of you, hitting Cookie as a response to whatever you were feeling. what did you want to tell those people that are thinking that you're this evil, vile person?
I am definitely not evil. I am definitely not vile. I am a very cool person. I'm a real resource. I'm a bitch who gets it done. And if you ask somebody people who really know me, you know, London, Delarue, certain people who have known me for years, I am the resource. I am the hub. Okay. So I'm definitely not that person, but I don't play games. I don't disrespect nobody's space, and ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. She disrespected me, and she had pushed me to the limit, and that was a reaction that I'll tell you the truth. I did not know that I still had up in me. I did not even expect to get that hostile with her because I had already dealt with that previously, but she had pushed my buttons to the core. I am not an evil person. I'm a loving person. I'm the oldest of 6 children. I have a close relationship with every family member that I have. I have a lot of girlfriends. I have a lot of godchildren. I'm a dependable person. I'm respectful. And I like to get shit done. I love to have fun. I love to have a good time. And that's who I am. Period. I'm not a person who does not enjoy life. You get one. You better live it and you better enjoy it. And that's what I do. That's who I am.
Definitely. Okay. I want to thank you again, Elizabeth. I hope that, you've cooled down. You're not like reading into the comments, because the comments definitely will get you triggered.
No, I'm not studying that stuff. With her not in my space, that's not even something that I'm even worried about, because I have my own platform, and we don't act like that. We don't conduct ourselves that way. And those that have come from her that choose to act that way, a lot of the people have been good to me, and some of them are really mad. And I understand that they're mad, and I apologize to them, because that was not my intention, y'all. I did not ever want to put my hands on Cookie. I never thought that she would try me like that. You can't try a girl like me like that. You can't disrespect me. I have worked my ass off to get to where I am today. Okay? 2 years ago, I had a car accident. A bitch couldn't even walk. I had to relearn all that shit, all of that, get all of that back together. And now I'm all the way back in full force. And so I have no time for bullshit or shenanigans. And Mama just embodied those comments and lived within that and brought that to me and just pushed me past a point.
Okay, well, thank you so much again, Queen Elizabeth, for telling your side and giving people your truth.
And thank you so much for having me, and God bless you, okay, boo?
Okay, take care. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.